Okay, let's do it again. Let's try again. I figured I'll take this opportunity to replenish my beverage and yeah. What else do I got to do? Big nothing. Yep, Huli did a little refresh the. Oh, I'm gonna. Better or worse? Maybe I should turn this light on and this light off. This light off. Okay. Is that better or worse? Whatever. I look blurry. That's good. That gives me that filtered glow. I'm gonna lick the. Took 10 years off. Here, I'm gonna take another 10 off. Oh wait, this only works. This takes 10 years off you, not me. Right. Oops. Yeah, glowing. That's that special spit filter. Oh, hi. Yes. Yeah, look at let's cut that. Let's make this is going to be all fun. Now I have a whole glass of wine and this much more in me. This could get much better. This live stream is already got a lot more hope than my last one. Okay, what? It's like Amy Seeks lighting now. Oh, I know, beautiful Amy. Yeah, I think she is legit beautiful, and that's why she is always like that. Uh-huh. The more you drink, the better we look. Yep. The funnier, the more. Oh. Mm-hmm. Sprakes. Alan K usually, you're clever. Say something funny. Make me laugh. Alan, call me up on my fake phone. Drinking doesn't cure my problems, but it puts them off till tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And it's a fine line. You better be careful. Don't cross that line where you're like, oh shit. You wake up and you're like, damn it. No, I shouldn't have. Why did I drink? Why didn't I just have one glass of wine? Why did I have to drink the whole damn bottle? Stuff like that. Whoops. Did I really go live when I was drinking wine like it was nothing? Damn it. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and go, oh, not only did I go live once, I went live twice. That's really impressive when I was trying to talk myself out of going live at all today, thinking this is stupid. Why put yourself out there? You're just going to be fodder for the. The shark infested waters. They're going to see the wounded doe staggering out of the forest. Ripe for the picking. Slowest in the herd. Damn it. Cheers. Cheers, y'all. I'm here to blow a bunch of sunshine up your ass. Oh. Do the two lawsuit people calling each other. I don't know enough about that stuff. I don't have enough information about either of them. I know it's out there, but I read a little bit last night, not about because all that, it's too many words. It's too hard to, like, it would take a lot for me to absorb that information, and it's not worth, it's like, this stuff is ridiculous anyway. I think it's ridiculous anyway, so I don't want to put the time into working. Okay. Oh, I see my name. Oh yeah. Okay. What else? Slam that drink and let's drunk Eric Sloan. He loves a good time. Oh, that's so funny, because we all know Eric Sloan's phone number. It's his license plate. And that's his. Why don't I need to put this phone number legitimately into my phone, Eric Sloan, and enter that as so that would make me laugh or smile, and put it in my favorites. So that's cute. I'm gonna do that. Should I do that right now? I'm adding Eric Sloan. What's the area code for this? Is New York. When this, like, do you guys know that okay, I'm gonna tell it, even if you guys all know this anyway. When Eric Sloan took off in his car, I'm gonna look for the book. I know it's sitting right here. Bookshelf. Return to Taos. Yep. Okay. So he took this car, and his license plate is a piece of cardboard, right? And the number that he wrote was his phone number. That was his phone number from New York. And this was like his dad's car, right? And so his phone number was BLD 6517. That's so cute. Isn't that just so 1929? It's so cute. My God, I love him. So yeah, here it is. Long Island. Okay. Building. This was the telephone number of my family's house on Long Island Boulevard. It's the BLD stands for Boulevard. Boulevard 6517. So I wonder if that was a house number, like on that, or I don't know how that works. But what's the area code for Long Island? It looked authentic and impressive as a real license plate. At least it would identify me in some manner, and that, I reasoned, was the primary function of any license plate. I trust there are statutes of limitations to protect me now, for I must admit the shoebox license plate served its purpose well. It got me all the way from New Jersey to New Mexico and back without any police complications. Damn, I love this guy. It's black and white, but I added some, on this one, I added some watercolor. I added color to the scene. It opens right up to this page because I love it so much. And he says, my license. And so I translate, BLD. So, and then he painted, and then he drove this car across the country from New Jersey to New Mexico, and he painted signs along the way and advertising in windows and on covered bridges and, like billboards and stuff. He made signs across America on barns. And so BLD is 253. And 651 is that's his license plate. That's his phone number. So that's for sure legit. That is a for sure thing that I need to add to my real phone just to make myself laugh and smile and be happy and like nod to my favorite guys, Forrest and Eric. Here's to ya, fellas. Are we having fun yet, Rusty Nipples? Why, yes, we are. We're talking about Eric Sloan and giving him a call. I'm going to drunk dial him. I'm going to slam this glass of wine and drunk dial Eric Sloan. Oh, I am. You know what? I'm looking up the area code, or what is it called? No, the zip code is that's for your, okay, and then area code is for the phone. Okay. Long Island area code. Well, there are plenty, but the first one that pops up is 631. So that's what we're going to say, Eric's. I'm going to put that down. 631. Eric's real phone number. His family's house on Long Island. Meaning they had a house on Long Island, and then they had a house in Manhattan, and they had a house in... I think he came from a very wealthy family. I think he dropped out of art school. But he went to art school. But I don't think he graduated from art school. He went to art school, and that's where he got his name, Eric Sloan. He named himself after his favorite teacher, art instructor. His last name was Sloan without an E, no E. Eric added an E. And he took Eric from America, just took the Eric. So it's a nod to it was a nod to his mentor. And that's how I stole Forrest's name, Susie Fennhaven. That's why I stole Forrest's name. Borrowed it, but not his name Fenn. It was Fennhaven. And that just, it fits. It fits what I did, or how I used, how the thrill of the chase fit into my life. Using it as the escape hatch. Yep. It fits. I still don't want to change it. And that's what, I mean, whenever I have if I have a real Zoom meeting in my real life, my name that comes up is Susie Fennhaven instead of my real name. And so I have to change it back and forth or whatever, just because, So I think it would just be easier if I just changed my name back to my real name now, but I don't wanna. Alan K, why do people do YouTube shows with their pets in the room? So freaking annoying. I love seeing people's pets. I mean, the dogs are the stars of the show. I wish I had some dog walking up right now to me. That's what I need. I need a dog. That would help a lot of things. Dogs help a lot of things. What is it? Oh, we're back. Yes, Gadal Khan. I don't know. I refreshed my beverage and, took a break for a second. It just kicked me off and said unstable connection. Big news flash. Unstable connection be damned. I am determined. Henceforth I come back on. With more I guess they did call it wine. I guess the name was always wine. I was trying to think of a ye old name for wine. Captain Marvel, I was watching a cooking show earlier and they had 2.5 million views. You should do a cooking show with Fenn. With Fenn? What? Like make trout by the river on an open fire? That sounds awesome, actually. Mm. This may seem like a really good idea right now, but I guarantee I'm going to be regretting this tomorrow. For some reason, I feel like this is going to be regrettable. Yeah, unstable, empty glass warning. Fried pineapple pies. Hi, Sled Neck. Good to see you. Vinegar. Oh, okay. Hi, at Bill Gorman. Let's get cooking. You know, has a great. You guys, I saw Elton Brown is funny as hell. Him and his wife and their cooking show. And didn't you say you were watching it the other night when somebody came live? Me too. It's like they were testing out the Ninja air fryer. They swear a lot and it's really funny and they don't care. And they have the cutest dog called Scabigail Van Buren. Scabigail Van Buren. It's one of those little French bulldogs. Scabigail. Scabs, for short. And the Scabs is always laying in the kitchen floor. Elton Brown, holy vodka. Yes. Yes, holy. I know. They're always getting wasted. And he's like always adding more. They make him and his wife make a cocktail and she'll be turning around doing something. And he'll be like looking over his shoulder, grabbing the bottle of whatever happens to be drinking that night, vodka, and like pouring a bunch of straight right into his drink, his already made drink, like making his drink stronger and stuff. He's like up to shenanigans and they drink hard cocktails. They were drinking dirty martinis the other night. It's funny. It's good entertainment. I love their kitchen. I'm so jealous. I love it's just like, man, I can't remember where they live. Like, I want to say Atlanta, Georgia, but I'm not sure. Anyway, the dog, Scabigail. Really. I want a French bulldog. 2 sips spilled. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Down it went. Everybody's been watching MasterChef for crow or humble pie. Anybody been watching? Oh, it's a question mark. Anybody been watching? No. There's a lot of rooster whatever you call that. Rooster pie. Nobody's no. There's still a lot of second place crows, I guess. Mm-hmm. Don't you think, you guys? Hi, Gregory. What do you think about that? You think no one would believe? What do you think about that? You think no one would believe. I don't know. Like, give me a in reference to what? Forrest Fenn's poem? How much I love Eric Sloan, a ghost, that I'm going to put his phone number from 1929 into my phone, like right now, just to make me smile. I should look up Forrest Fenn's phone number too and have that in there just to have it, just to make me smile in my list of when I'm thumbing through, you know? Someone please say hi to Bill Gorman. Hi, Bill Gorman. When a mountain man came into rendezvous, he would introduce by the trail that he came in on, the horse you rode in on. Joyce and Alan Kay, Jason Northface. History is fabricated by the victors of the war, and the victors try to eat. Yes, they do. Oh, and ease what came before. Lovely job, Alan Kay. History is written by the man holding the pen. No, by the man, or by the one who holds the phone. That's our new reality. It used to be the pen. Whoever writes it down, that's where it becomes. In that Eric Sloan book, Eric Sloan claims he invented the hoop dance, the Native American. He claims he taught the Native Americans the hoop dance, or it was because of him. He brought the hula hoops, and that's why they still do it today. Eric Sloan claims that. I kid you not. And he was going back, and that's why he was returning to Taos to find somebody to validate his story. He was returning to Taos to with his wife at the time. This is dedicated to his wife. He went through several wives. Ruth, that he was married to Ruth at this point. And he wanted to prove that he was the one who invented it. Oh, see? Now Eric, now Forrest Fenn did that. I mean, he can be, that's what I left when on his birthday, his Forrest Fenn's last birthday, when DAL, I had on his website, you could leave a message for Forrest in the comments, just what, and I wrote, I wish you could live to do all the things you are attributed to. I spun it off his thing because, yeah, he doesn't even know some of the stuff that he doesn't even know everything that he inspired and created. And, like he didn't even, it was so much bigger than, look at me. I'm just one person in this huge sea, and I am whatever. I have a big enough mouth, or don't care enough, or I don't care, whatever it is, whatever it takes to go on to YouTube and talk about this. When you're talking to air, like nobody's here. I'm talking to you guys, but nobody's here, whatever I did to decide that that was okay, that to do that, you know? And I'm just one person. Look at all these people that don't do that, who are unknown, who don't show up in chat rooms or with their big mouth on YouTube with, you know. So who know, like the ripple effect of force is, and that's why I so hope that it ends up that the chest itself and its contents ends up in a place where we all get to see it. And you know, I was just thinking about that today, and it's the Catcher in the Rye. The story about the catcher, you know, in there, Holden Caulfield, that was what, like, one of his things is to find comfort in that museum that he went back to and returned to every year, that the Indians were always going to be rowing the canoe in that posed position in that 3D, you know, showcase with the whole canoe. They were always going to be standing there waiting for him. And he knew it, and they were always going to be there, and they never moved. They were always just where they were. And he found it comforting, and in the way the acoustics were in that, you know, and it was a big part of that story. And so it was very descriptive of, and it was included in that little book, you know. I mean, The Catcher in the Rye is a little book, but it was in there a couple times about, you know, that he went there a few times in the book. And so, God, it's just so poetic if it ended up in that museum on the way to Yellowstone that he always did as a teenager, or as a, not even a teenager, growing up, and as a teenager, but, you know, his whole growing up. But anyway, okay, I see my name. Susie Pennant, why is it? And it is the Yellowstone River. Okay, I can go with the Yellowstone River because I can go with that easily. And it's making me think of immediately, when you say in the Yellowstone River, I'm thinking of it in Montana, where it's Gardner and goes by that the Devil's Slide rock looking thing. The Yellowstone River runs there, and then doesn't it dip down? I don't know, but I did a lot of poking around up there when I was first in the chase. When I first started in the chase, I went right, I skipped New Mexico and just went, New Mexico is so easy pickings. It's too low hanging fruit. It doesn't seem right. I think it's going to be north. And I ended up in Montana, but I did poke around up in, you know, that whole, but I ruled out it being in Yellowstone because it just didn't seem like, you know, for all the legal reasons, that it wouldn't be there. And so, yeah, but anyway, what? Okay. So I could fall for that. Alan Case says, Beaker, breaker of chains, mother of dragons, seeker of treasure, tamer of tubers. I would definitely take a trip to go see the treasure. Mm-hmm. I would love to see it, and I would love to, if the finder truly is never gonna let us know the end spot, I want them to recreate that in at the Coney Museum in its own little section, or its own section. I need that to look exactly like the place it was found. It needs to have the nook, and it needs to have the box or whatever, or a replica of the box in that location, so we all get that That would be so awesome. And then the real box, okay, so they have a copy of it or whatever, how it's sitting there. So we just have a model of it, right? And then we have the real box. So we get to, after that, like, oh, like I have such a good idea for the museum, how to set it up. I want to pick me. I can picture it in my head like the perfect exhibit, you know? God, I hope that. I'm gonna be so sad if it doesn't end up that way in a museum setting where we all get to go experience, you know. Um, but I already have this idea in my head how I want it to be. Like I want it to be a big damn deal. Like I want to like make it like so awesome. Like I got to go see in Minneapolis, the part of King Tut's treasure was traveling, and it came to the Science Museum in Minnesota. And it's like how they had that set up. It was like like you were walking into Egypt, you know, like at a point where, you know, it was dark and blue and, you know, it was like really cool the way they presented each of the pieces and how they merged you in it and made an experience. And I would love that for the Forest Fen treasure hunt. So we all got that satisfaction of like turning the corner and like go or whatever. I don't know how the clues are, how that ended, but it would be great if we could tie some poem clue into like a part of the exhibit. I don't know. I would be a great creative director for that. After all of this, do you really think the law matters? Why not Yellowstone? No, now I don't, you know, that was then. Now that it's over, it's got to be in Yellowstone. It had to have been in Yellowstone or the borderline, just outside of Yellowstone, on the border of Yellowstone. Somehow, you know, made it work. I don't know. But just because of borderline biddies, I'm thinking, it could be possible on the border, on the outside of Yellowstone. But for the most part, it just screams Yellowstone to me, doesn't it, you guys? I don't know. It does to me anyway. The whole book just says that. Okay. I would recreate the location and have Forest Fen videos playing everywhere. Yes. Yes. It could be so good. And do like reveals and have his voice really talking and I want it to be great. I don't want it to be sold to some random rich person that's just going to have it be theirs and it's going to be gone. That would be devastating. The end of that story, you know, I mean, there's no controlling the end. But a girl can dream and imagine how they want it to end. Hey, what do you guys think of that? Did we already? That was the whole last stream about the rumor that K-Pro said last night that the finder is going to write a book. I don't know where this information came from at all. Hi, Redneck Express. When Willie was a young boy, he thought he'd never see people stand in line to see the boy king, King Tut. Steve Martin. How'd you get so funky? I miss that whole thing and the human bodies. Oh yeah, no, at the museum, the bodies. I saw it where they like took slices of people where you could see through them. Like, I thought it was fascinating. I think it is fascinating. That is like, wow, you know. Up. Captain Marvel, but the Cody Museum is so hard to get to. But isn't that the point? Forrest wanted people to get, you know what? Yellowstone is a treasure in itself. The Yellowstone National Park, it's in all of our backyard. It's in our own country. It's right here in the United States. We're all free to travel there. And I have never been there. I've never been to Yellowstone. Never. And so it's like, and if he's in love with Yellowstone, don't you think he wants everybody should go see Yellowstone in their lifetime? And if Forrest inspired people, if that's what the thrill of the chase, inspired people and kids, families to take their kids to the Cody Museum and made it so it wasn't out of their way, made it instead of being an out of a way destination, being the destination on the way to Yellowstone, just like his family did because of the Fenn treasure. I love that ending. That is a romantic ending that would make me feel all warm and fuzzy, and it would fit, and it would, doesn't it? Just like very, poetic. It doesn't feel like some rich person from, what was Toby's scenario? Some oil chic. You don't have to be an oil chic to be a millionaire or have enough money to buy the chest. I don't think so. But anyway, that would be like so sad if it even if it left our country or left the Rocky Mountains. I don't know. Even I would be okay with it being in Santa Fe too. Or Taos, or in Joseph Henry Sharp's house that Eric Sloan rented the guest house from. Or no, not Joseph Henry Sharp, but no. Gaspard, Leon Gaspard. The Russian dude. How am I screwing up my Eric Sloan story? Forrest bought that house. It's in Taos. Leon Gaspard. It's Gaspard. Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. Thank Cooley. Thank you for confirmation on that. Sketchy details. Misinformation. Remember? Misdirection. Miscommunication. What was misinterpretation? Yep. Miscommunication. That is a really a good one for me. Okay, what do you guys have to say? Larger than life, but life goes on. Silver Fox. Santa Fe would work. There'd be lots of tourists passing through, and it's an artsy town. And I would love to see Meow Wolf. And the art gallery, the art scene that Forrest started, that art scene basically in Santa Fe. Go see some what's her name? George O'Keeffe. Erica's calling for a second date. Quick, what would you do? Oh no! Ring, ring. Oh, I know what we're gonna do. Hello. Yeah, this is Eric. I had a great time. It was awesome. I love your painting. I know I love the painting you gave me too. That was so sweet. Hey, do you want to go hunt for pottery shards in the back? In all the acreage that I own, desert behind my house that hooks up to the Rio Grande River. I think Forrest buried a bell back there. Yeah, sure, I would love that. Let's go see if we can find one of Forrest Bell's buried in your backyard in the deep deserty part. Deal. Okay. And then we'll come back and build a fire. Awesome. Mm-hmm. Okay. See you soon. Click. Guess what? I'm going to go over to Eric's again. We're going to look for one of the bells that I know that Forrest had to have buried in his Santa Fe property between the Rio Grande River. Because that's the name of the place. The whole area, it's a gated community in Santa Fe, and it's called La Campas or something like that, whatever the Spanish word for the bells, whatever the bells is in Spanish, is where Eric Sloan's house is. That would be great. It would be so good if the treasure ended up at Eric Sloan's house in Santa Fe. But it's probably not possible to make that I don't know. I was going to say because it is a gated community, there's probably all these laws, but I mean, it's like there's a guest house and there's like and then there's like his gallery, and then there's like this other office out, and there's like a huge house all on this property. It's amazing. It's amazing, Eric Sloan's house. It would be so good if that got turned into some sort of Chase Museum and the chest ended up there. Oh man. That would be awesome. I would fall for that. Yes, Redneck. The Finder's story on Medium said something about Forrest's wish for it. Yep, that's really awesome. And he said he's going to try to make that happen. And so whatever, that's fun to imagine what's Forrest, what was his wish? What do you guys think? What do you guys think Forrest wished was for the chest? What do you think he wanted to happen to it? Susie would never leave Eric. I wouldn't. He'd have to kick me out. I just wonder if people even go to the museums in Santa Fe. I don't know. I would. A Meow Wolf, that's an experience, not a gallery. It's like it's an art experience. It would be awesome. Yep, Captain Marvel, I have been to most of them. Let's see. Good. Hey, but you guys, what? Okay, all of a sudden, back in January, before the chest was found, on Google Maps, when you looked up the Matitsi, how do you say the gallery? Now I forgot. Forest Old Gallery. When you look it up on Google Maps, it says the Fen dash not Matitsi. That's like I'm mixing up a name of a town, a lure, a fish, and the gallery. Made up my own word. Matucci. But it added the word Fen. Fen was put on the name of the gallery, added to it. That was never there before. Do you guys know this? Do you guys know that? So what if something is there? What if something is there? What if he um what if that's the final destination of the chest? I wouldn't be mad about that. His old gallery in Santa Fe, and turn it into a chase experience. That would be awesome. Um, it would be more accessible, but still, it wouldn't be what the true nature of the chase is getting people outside with their kids to experience Yellowstone or experience, whatever, wherever your chase took you, smell the sunshine. But he also was an art, he sold art. He sold Eric Sloan. He sold, he created that atmosphere. So either of those scenarios, I'm going to be fine with. Or, any of those scenarios. Taos, if it goes up to Gaspard's, if that turned into some, I don't know. Okay, so what do you guys think? That would be cool. Yeah. That would be incredible, Gionette. What did you say to? I would like to see the chest go on a tour around the world and have a permanent home in Cody. That would be awesome. That because there's chasers all over the world. Australia, New Zealand, Japan, UK, Europe, all over Europe. There's people, Germany. Silver Fox Eric says his birth control didn't work and you're the mother. Oh God. He's gonna have to prove it. We're gonna need some D-Day tests. Oh no. The American spirit. That's a cigarette. With the I mean, how old would Eric be now? Yeah, when is his birthday? He lied about it. 1906. Wasn't he born in 1906? That's the thrill of the chase tells us how old Eric would be right in the beginning, within the first 2 pages. He says it on page right here. He was born in 1905, Eric Sloan. So 1905, 2005 is 100. So 115. I'm not good at geography. Age is just a number. Uh-huh. 1905. What would he really, that is funny to think of. What would he think of this? That I'm live, I think and talking about him in my upstairs little room on a computer, talking to how many people are here? 39 people. Hi, Sir Crow. I think he would be amazed and probably horrified at the same time. Kind of like I'm going to be tomorrow morning. Oh, the logistics for a world tour would be like a rock show world tour, planning venues, planning movement, planning hotels, security, etc. The cost outweigh the interest. Well, it would be like any other piece of art that travels, that goes to museums. There's always like, it's insured, and then it goes in armored truck, and then whatever happens, hope for the best. And it's really not, I mean, the value is in the story more than it is in those rocks. I mean, a gold nugget is a gold nugget. There's more where that came from. That gold nugget, there's no way to prove that gold nugget, because he put in like a whole bunch of tiny ones and a whole bunch of, but you could sell each one of those and say this was in the Forrest Fenn treasure, but there's no way to tell that gold nugget, that piece of gold, that really was in the chest. It makes the story is what makes it valuable. There are more tiny gold nuggets, little gold nuggets, where that came from. It's nothing special. What is special is the story in which everybody, fell for, or the whole, it's the thrill of the chase, it's those gold nuggets can be replaced, but that, it's the stuff in the and those coins too. Those coins are just gold coins. There's more where that came from. There's really nothing special about old gold coins. There's more. But to say that gold coin came out of Forrest Fenn's treasure chest, right there makes it more valuable alone. It's the story, So if somebody stole all that gold, it would be, what would they get? Not like $1 million, not even $1 million. They would scrap value it and okay. Show the spirit of America. Show the spirit of America, not the cigarettes. Laugh out loud. What? I know. Well, that's what made me think of. Example: the king at Utah exhibit in the 90s stayed in very few museums for a set amount of time, but it had interest and limited expenses. King Tut. Right. So the world stage, whatever. I do hope it just doesn't disappear. I do hope we all get to see it, or it lands in a place where it's not broken into all, what did he say? 264 coins and numerous, didn't he say hundreds even of gold nuggets? Gold dust. You could break up that jar of gold dust into little tiny, this is Forrest Fenn treasure necklace, gold dust tube, that you could sell for much more than it's worth, Okay. What do you guys think? Oh, wait, oops, my mouse stuck. Susie, you are valuable to the chase. I'm glad you think so, Sir Crow. Thank you. You've been there right from the start. You've been one of the OG with me, in one of the beginning when I had like, whatever, 30 subscribers, and it was like, oh my God, I can't believe 30 people are, and it was like, I remember the day I got over 100 or over 100. It was like telling my sister, it's like, you're never gonna believe this. There's 100 people on YouTube that watch my videos, and it was just like this. Got a kick out of it. Now I have like I got 600 now, and it went up after the chase. It went up, which I find fascinating because why? Uh, but I'm glad, I'm glad because it's like, yeah, I did that, I built, build it, they come. And that's what I kind of always just did. I just thought, I'm just making videos and I don't care. I'm just going to keep making them and 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 see what happens, and here we are. And that was before, a lot of videos before live was such a thing, an easy thing to do, that was just coming to life 2 years ago, just think how fast we've all evolved already. Like live wasn't a thing when I first started watching Shelly and Toby. It wasn't an option. Nobody went live. It was just coming out, in that, when was that? 2017. It must have been something like that. But anyway, okay, well, so what do you guys got? Fennhaven Treasure Hunter Rehabilitation Center. We need that, Bill. Don't we? Oh my God. Cheers to this. This is how I'm recovering. Not well. Coping mechanisms in place. Coping mechanism in place. Sir, because you're so real. Thank you, Sir Carl. I don't know if that's a good thing. I just say whatever comes out of not a lot of thought goes into this, which I don't know if is good. That's not always a good thing. Zozo Rocks Murder by Numbers. I never got to see it. Oh, the Dead Sea Scrolls too. They did tour around a piece of them. Very interesting stuff. See, we're all birds of a feather. All of us have that same, whatever that is, that treasure hunter type thing that make us all still gather here, all 40 of us. This is my second live. Sir Crow, did you know about my first one that I had became unstable and cut me off? Hi, Solar Fox. I think your catch of did I answer that is brilliant. I think that's exactly how Forrest did things. Thank you, Silver Fox. It would be hard to convince me that that wasn't real. That wasn't true. Because I've listened to that interview so many times that it just became, you can really, after you hear it for what it's worth, and the way that question was seeded, it was a seeded question. It was put there on purpose, and the way it was asked, because who on the internet, these questions, here's a question from the internet. Has anyone, so already this is the book launch. We're at the book launch for Too Far to Walk. And already there is rumors that there are hints in this book that are rumors that the internet has to clear up. Are we talking, is this from Dale's site, DAL? Is it from his site that this mystery question is coming from, or where from the internet did this question come from? Well, I think it was a curated question, and it did not come from the internet. It came from Forrest, asked himself, and he already knew what he was going to say. And he pretended, and Forrest pretended he didn't hear, like, huh? Like what? Like he could. what? You know, he had a list. He made it so, and then turned around and said, "Did I answer that?" You know, it just seems so. It's like, you sly, you. I see you. I see you, Forrest. I see that. I saw that. Mm-hmm. And so the answers. So if you read the answers, if you put a comma in it and made answers, answer is I, instead of reading it answers I. But no matter, the answer's I mean, you can't read that blip and not have it go, okay, you're looking for answers. You're looking for locations in this poem. You're looking for clues in this poem. And in this poem, it says the answer is I. And then when he said there's a unintentional hint on the map in Too Far to Walk, on the map is where the poem is printed. You know, you guys, that's, and then he tried to play it off that the mistake on the map was really that the border of Canada, that the Rocky Mountains went beyond the border. And that really was, you know, but the answer, you know, that's what that was. And then he had, you know, but why did he put, okay, so why was he put, so if that is a theory, if that is what was real, if that's what I think, okay, so if that is a clue, and unattended my ass, he intended that clue in there. You can't tell me he approved the printing of this beautiful book with this fold out beautiful map, full color glossy pages of his beautiful family. You can't tell me that he would let an error on his poem fly. You can't tell me that he approved the printing of this full color, beautiful map, approved front and back plates, because here's the back of the map. Look, I mean, to print this map, he spent some bucks on the printing of that. And there's no way he's going to sign off his Forrest Fenn signature without knowing that answers thing was there. So what does it mean now that there it is and it's in our face and we can't deny it and he's pointed to it? And what does it mean? Yeah, so what is your point? What is the point? What is the point of that answers? It's not what my point is. What's Forrest's point? Why he did that and why he pointed it out. I guess that's the, why, the why we do it. Tipped in map, right? That's extra money. This was expensive. I don't know. I did. Harold sent me this book, but I think it says on the cover. Oh, I thought the price. You know how they put the price? I don't know. It isn't, but I think it's a lot extra for this book. And it's really heavy. If you guys don't have this one, it's like so much bigger than The Thrill of the Chase and so much heavier and so much shinier and glossier. And, that cost a lot of money to produce that book. Anyway, where are we? Forrest was so smart. He could play dumb and get people to believe it. But he was wicked smart. Yeah, he was wicked smart. Mm-hmm. I've never even looked at that map Really, Captain Marvel? Interesting. Um, do you want to know another thing interesting about this map? Is the missing town. You know how there's paper towns, which are John Green uh, wrote a book called Paper Town, but a paper town is just a a map, or when a map maker puts a fake town on a map just so he knows that's his copyrighted map is a paper town. It's a fake town on a map. Well, we have like the opposite of a paper town on this map. There, right here. Here's Cody, Wyoming. I'm going to see if this will zoom in. Here's Cody, Wyoming. And right above Cody, Wyoming, there's a little circle. A circle that means a town, but the town name is missing. There's just a circle without a name. And that is in Wyoming, and that is just north of Cody, about 26 miles. And it's located at where there used to be a Japanese internment camp, which is so sad. It was Heart Mountain. But that's really interesting that town, the town name in that area is right by, that whole internment camp thing. The next town to it should have been that dot or that circle, and that circle's left without a name. And so I find that really fascinating too. As well as on this map, the borderline, the borders of the states, where Canada and the United States, that on this map, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's dash dot dot dash dot dot, or what is it? Yeah, dash dot dot dash dot dot. And that should be a solid line, or that should not be, that's not the right sort of line for a country boundary. That's not the right sort of boundary for country between Canada and the United States. I'm so glad you guys already like me as I am and can deal with my oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to slam the rest of this and look out mountain. Oh. Shiloh's calling to set up that ski date. Give Lookout Mountain a whole new meaning. Oh God. A generation before Sloan. What was the unintended clue? He didn't mean for them to cut the Canadian Rockies off. And the border is not the proper map border between, like, there's rules when it comes to maps, like dash dot dot means something. It means a certain type of border. And a dash dot with one dot means a certain type of border. That's a state border, So every map has a key. And so too does the poem must have a key. A map key is tells you what, a map legend. That's what I'm thinking. A map legend. There has to be a legend that tells you the dealio, right? And so right before our poem with a colon and then the poem, all that text before that, we have what I think our legend, our 100 is what our centurion, what's his name? George Burns. George Burns is 100 years old, and George Burns, that has to be something to do with the blaze, doesn't it? That seems like that has to relate. And our other legend, you know, if we're talking homophones, is that how you say that word? Eric Sloan, he says, and like my friend Eric Sloan, boom, you know, right before the poem, he references Eric. And so if George Burns is 100 and Eric's 80, if those numbers are represented in the poem as a part of the legend, where do they go in the poem to reference? You know, George Burns seems obvious that would be a reference to the blaze, and somehow the blaze is 100 feet, 100 something, you know? Okay, what do you guys have? I'm babbling about nothing. Morse code. Yeah, dash, dot, dot, right? The borders of the map are a picture on the map. I don't know. Just the compass rose thing, right? And the and there's a triangle that says benchmark maps Colorado in the seal on the bottom of the map. And so a benchmark, you know, and a benchmark, then that goes into those markers that are out in nature everywhere as land markers. Aren't those called a benchmark? They're actual, like, bronze plaque or whatever metal plaques that are in the ground places. Oh my God. I shouldn't be talking about stuff I have really no. Colorado is on the map 7 times. Okay. On the Too Far Walk map? Yeah, because I believe you, because the map company was Benchmark Maps Colorado, and that's on there, blah, blah. Yeah. But that is irrelevant because it wasn't in Colorado. The treasure was in Wyoming. So it makes Colorado, all those Colorado references for not red herrings, you know? Benchmarks are picnic benches, roadside benches, or bancos, such as Davio's, you know, bench out in the middle of nowhere. Color is, I don't know what that says to you. Yes, brass benchmarks. Thank you, Captain Marble. Yeah, my sketchy at best. Benchmarking is precise. Yes, and there it gives us, you know, and a benchmark could possibly still be, could have been a marker in the chase as one of the places where you know, from there you go someplace else. It really could have been a real thing, you know. It isn't ruled out. That still could be a part of the chase, a benchmark. They're also high water. I don't know how to say that word. Beaches without a I mean, interesting. And treasure was in Wyoming. Was mean it isn't now. I know, where is it now? It's all scared and lonely without his friend Sticky. I hope Sticky is still with him. Uh, where is it? My precious. I don't know where you are. I don't even know where to begin to look for you now. You're not in the Rocky Mountains anymore. I don't like it. Damn it. Okay. Hi, Shark Man. Do, 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 do. High water halted at the end of Genesis. Whoa. It doesn't have to be that dramatic. Or does it? I know that feeling. There is 10. Ooh, laugh out loud. Okay, you guys. Now I did another show for another hour, 16 minutes, and wine's gone. I'm not going to get more. Not a good idea. But I do have not Milky Way, Three Musketeer bars, Halloween candy size in the freezer way downstairs that I'm thinking about. So I think I'm going to just have to be done now. Go get chocolate. And then what? Well, it is 11:39 here. Quite late. I love Friday with Susie. Thank you, Captain Marvel. You know, and I do too. I mean, it gives me, something. It's like, okay, you should do that. This is something to do. Although I second guess myself, it's like, God, this is such a dumb idea. Going live and not having a filter. Like I have no filter in my brain. No filter. So I know I'm danger zone whenever I'm live. Who knows what's gonna come flying out of my mouth? Whatever track you guys get me where my my fin do and wine. And it makes me being on here, it makes me want to drink more because obvious reasons to chillax more, and it's never a good idea. Like another going to get a beer, switching from wine to beer sounds like a great idea right now. Oh, it'd be so good with some olives floating in it. But I know, no, sounds like a good idea, but definitely is not a good idea. Who's with me on that? Yeah, but I did have, this was the encore, and I did pull off 2 shows, even if I didn't. So yeah, and thanks for stopping in. Look at the sky, and that is great. I love your name, and everyone needs to look at the sky more, whether it be the clouds or the stars, the sun or the moon. That's great, a great thing. It makes us all remember that same moon that I see is the same moon that you guys are seeing. Same makes us all it's a great equalizer, the sky, right? Okay, so yeah, thanks for the distraction, and thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. And it's really great. And much love to y'all. Be kind to one another out there. And I'll see you next week. Or if there's something interesting, breaking news, or something that I need to, you may see me sooner. Good night, you guys.